an accent of all time, probably.
Yeah, it'd be top 5.
Orange boys on the move here as well, heading down the eastern coast towards Impala. Got a whole bunch of privacy to work with. Omen going to be splitting up into the combi. Look.
What's the bet Carnage gets picked out of?
Or Zute gets picked out of this convertible because he's had a real problem with getting picked off solo.
Zuto's been pretty unlucky when it comes to
running it's absolutely a luck thing. That's not a common anything else, but yeah.
He's been pretty unlucky when he's been running into the loving arms of other teams. As Seoul are starting to take shots at Team Queso. Team Queso immediately hop out of their vehicles and start to return fire because they are very angry at the moment, Team Queso. They want to chase some eliminations, I believe. They are outgunned at the moment. There is a 2-2 split from both teams, in fact, so the angle comes across and Viper's going to get the first knock. That's onto Marco. Now, they're going to start to use the high ground here, Team Seoul. This is going to be very beneficial as Marco and Ayala might not be sure about this flank coming in. Viper and Regaltos, they're in a very good position. If they can manage to get themselves up onto this higher location, I don't think you can jump up there just yet.
Yeah, not quite from there. I think you have to go up a little bit further over when it's a bit
less steep. Answered, though. So it is a 1-for-1 trade. It looks like the Marco has been picked up, and Mortal will try and pick up Aman. Tate was the man to find that knock on the flank, on the rotate. He's poking out wider. This is very, very awkward engagement, in fact. As the other two players from Team Seoul aren't in really a position, because they couldn't get up that high ground, to take advantage of being above Ayala and Marco.
As much as they would like to get themselves some early damage across here, Tate going to cop a few bullets at range there and can't quite find the cover that he needs just yet. Playing some very risky business around the tree. Not sure exactly where he's being shot from and can't figure out where to hide, but has found some cover just in time.
The tree's fine.
Unable to land the shots, unfortunately, given the time that he had. Needs to be careful as well, as there's other Team Queso members very close by.
I've lost track of this fourth player, Regaltos. I've lost track of him at the moment. I'm not sure where he is, but...
he's in a car going on a real big flank.
He is, too.
Real big flank.
He's actually gone all the way around. Huh. I'll have to tune into that soon, because I think that might be a little bit of action.
Are Seoul making a play to try and remove Team Queso entirely?
I think they might be. They kind of have to. The zone is coming in, and they are outside the zone. So that fight's going to kick off eventually, as we are on board with Cloud9, our previous winners. They're on the rotate. 4 AM, another big team sitting up the top. They are looking for a new home themselves. There's plenty of property down this way, and it's a decent location. You can see it's overlooking the river that splits the military island, or the prison island. But this is back on board. This is the Regaltos flank. He's right behind Tate at the moment. And Dexy, he might be in a prime position here. He has to be patient, and he has to get 2. If he gets traded here, there's no way they're going to be able to pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, even if he only gets 1, as long as he stays alive, that's the big one. If he can just make himself known, put the pressure towards Team Queso and stay alive, that's the big thing. But they may have just found him out there.
I think he spotted Tate. I don't think Tate saw him. Yeah, Tate's not playing like he's spotted him. Regaltos definitely spotted Tate. But I don't think he's...
He doesn't want to move too early.
I don't think he's aware that
Tate's
Tate's
his team to be able to help him.
Now he is.
He can't really take this engagement solo.
He goes for the spray. Doesn't manage to connect either, so now the jig is up. Tate knows, and he returns fire onto Regaltos. The Molotov comes out, but that's not going to do a lot of damage. Regaltos has been picked off. Greedy from Regaltos, and that's going to be his demise, leaving Seoul with 3 players remaining. The idea wasn't bad. The execution was a little to be left desired. Or left a little to be desired, even. Tempo Storm, they moved very early days and find themselves in a fantastic position on the south. They will be greeted by 4 AM soon. As we see Savano now equaling up the tally, I believe, as Team Queso have all piled in. And now they're getting aggressive onto Seoul, knowing that there's only 3 players remaining. Now 2.
Death rolls in.
Yeah, that was the combi of death as Dexy is added to his kill tally. He must be getting up there too. I believe he got 3 or 4 last game. So, oh no, Hikasi now being chased out by Team Unique as well. So these teams are starting to get a lot more aggressive, especially Team Queso and Team Unique. The double nade from Hasaki though, that's going to be an interesting way starting this fight. Rogue tries to pull up as well, but this car isn't moving very quickly. And now 4am are going to pounce all over this, the double nade. They know they can get some easy points here. Old boy gets knocked out as well. And this might be the end. That's the cleanup on that double nade, actually, as Rogue jumps out of the car on a slither of HP. Kitsune in the background.
Not.
He's managed to dodge all those bullets. Kitsune is on full HP, so he will be able to get out of there, you'd imagine, as Hasaki's actually found Rogue from an angle and a half. How on earth has he managed to land that shot uphill?
Mate, if I could tell you, I'd give you something useful. Zone about to move. Most of our teams are now inside it. Synergy out to the east. A couple of Omen's players as well. That is a shift. Still a bunch of water in that circle too as it goes to the south. And all of our teams going to continue their rotates pretty much. Tempo, XQF, Orange, Mega already inside the zone. 4am not too far away, but edge guarding DKG just a bit. Need to be careful with that one. As DKG do come down off the hill as well.
Kitsune is the last man standing. He's going to have to play patient here for sure. Don't think he was spotted actually by that rotation. If he was, then DKG weren't keen to get into the mix. They are outside the circle. DKG is now just moved inside. 4am have to join them inside now. Fnatic actually have managed to push themselves over the water into the southern side of the circle. So that's not a bad shout from them. Teams that are looking pretty central will be, of course, XQF. Tempo Storm have a decent position, but it's a little bit to the south for my liking, as we are on board with them now. Finally, the finish does come out onto Rogue, so there will be one player from Team Unique left in this game. And it has been the teams that have been struggling, continue to struggle here, as Team Soul are down to 2, Fnatic are down to 3. So unfortunately, they haven't been able to turn around their fortunes just yet.
4am already with the 4 kills so far. Once again, off to a pretty hot start here, as they will be able to grab some looting onto the players they dropped earlier on. Mega are a bit split up, but so far not really under too much pressure.
Ooh, this is Udo versus 4am for the 4th game in a row. These two squads are going to find each other. Jumpers managed to just escape, but Vamping's actually hopped out of the vehicle and tried to take Svano out. He's on a slither of HP, manages to land one headshot. That might scare him off his line for that second needed to recover. He's got the high ground friend in Jinhee, just waiting for the peak to come out. Udo are in a decent position here, and Svano's actually stuck on that road. The smokes are going to have to come out for sure.
Not a lot of freedom for them to move here without some sort of utility. Saki has gone for the big rotate, the big pin down to try and lock these players down at long range. It is a pretty substantial range for an AR to hit, but certainly doable with the spray. And Udo here, I mean, they've got one player separated from the others, but look at this pinch coming in from 4am. They are completely surrounding Udo here. They really want these kills, and Manpring's going to get sprayed down again.
Oh no, they're very aware of Udo's positioning, stuck under this bridge now. This is dangerous times if you're a Udo player, because they are aiming at you, and it's 4am, a team that does not miss too often. Drax on the combi van, trying to go for a run for it. One of the better vehicles, I guess, in that situation is this flat land. Fredo and Jumper joining in on the transit as well.
No way they're getting out of this.
They are quite a while away. Fredo does jump out of his vehicle as it starts to light on fire. He's not keen on that, and he's been spotted though. Surely Svano does. Yep, he's knocked another kill to his tally. And he will regain the kill leader position, I believe, after that one.
If not, he's very, very close. I do like, though, as much as it's ambitious as all heck, the combi going out first draws so much fire before the other 2 vehicles with players in and make a run for it. It works. I mean, sacrifice 1 player to get away with 3. While it doesn't work out the way they probably planned it, they lose one of the players in the middle, not the big attention-seeking combi. They still get away with 3 players from that, which, all things considered, I thought they were going to die under that bridge. So it's not the worst outcome for them.
Yeah, I definitely thought that was going to be the end of the road. That bridge was going to be where they lie, but no, they managed to escape, live another day, as Team Queso are rotating on the southern coast as well. Looks like everyone's keen to go past 4am at the moment. Not something I'd advise doing. A lot of teams are finding themselves on this beach. Omen, Fnatic, Udo. all been forced onto this beach, and now Team Queso as well, so could see some fun in the sun down there in a minute. I think the next circle might force them all together a bit.
4am are continuing to pile on the damage here, by the way. They've already taken down one Team Queso player. They know another's in the water. Tate's going to take a bunch of damage. That's another car explosion kill for 4am. They do know that Dexy's out there somewhere in the water. Of course,
Needs air eventually.
With the X-ray, it's pretty easy for us to see, but much more difficult for Svano. But still, they're keeping an eye on it, and they've actually sent Suck over to do the job.
They're
up
ruthless.
Close and personal. He knows his player has to be out here somewhere. He can see his car in the water. He'll finish the job on that one, just in case he was close by. But as you say, Dexy's got to breathe at some point. It looks like he is actually tanking some damage to his health in order to get a bit further away without coming up. But unless he wants to die to this water, he's got to service at some point, and he doesn't have much more time before he can come up.
Tell you what, got a set of lungs on him. Comes up and gets found out immediately. Dexy goes down.
He sacrificed so much health to try that.
I think that's probably the only way you're going to get out of there.
Oh, 100%. It's the only play you can make,
yeah.
But 4am was so aware.
They certainly were. As the last player from Team Queso is hiding out, and I believe he will go down to the zone. I don't think, well, there's much left in it for Team Queso. So they haven't been able to get the ball rolling, get the game going on just yet, unfortunately for them. Their poor struggles or their poor start continues to this tournament.
And it's, I mean, by the end of this game, we're looking at 50% of the games for the tournament all done and dusted. Yep. So your poor start is rapidly becoming a setup for a poor finish for a lot of these teams. Don't have too many points thus far. Of course, they all still do have a chance to turn it around, but as is always the case in a tournament like this where it's not about, you know, it's not like a lot of other esports which are 1v1 or team v team or whatever. In a big group situation like this, you're just leaving it later and later for you to pull out some massive game, rather. How quick is this from Suck, by the way? Oh, there he is, see ya.
Yeah, he was wise to the antics. As soon as he was given the opportunity, he took full advantage of it. 4am on the move. They had to move eventually. They couldn't keep gatekeeping forever, unfortunately for them. They would have loved to, but the zone did move away from them. They might meet another Chinese powerhouse in DKG. Moxon has his eyes peeled out, looking for any sort of movement, and 4am might be the only movement he sees. Mega found themselves smack bang center of the zone in a fantastic position. This next zone was pretty friendly, actually. It just eliminated pretty much all of the water, kept in the eastern side of play, so no team's really going to be shoved out too bad by this. Los Leones has been eliminated from the circle as well, so we're not going to see a city finish to end the day, unfortunately.
No, we're looking at pretty much essentially just an open, like a hilltop finish somewhere, potentially. There is a crate dropping right onto FFQ, so that's a bit of a gimme, but they've also got XQF on the other side of the road, Mega not too far away as well, so they don't want to be too keen in charging out into the open to try and loot that one. Synergy, a couple of their players coming up onto this orange compound. They want to be careful, as it is only the two players here. They're in a little bit of a 2-2, separated by a couple hundred meters. Several hundred meters. 4am, by the way, are looking like they might crash into Yudo again. Yeah,
these two just can't leave each other alone. Looks like Yudo hasn't pulled the trigger at all and just letting them drive past. Fnatic are the next ones. That will be greeted by 4am's convoy, and they managed to get a knock as Svano's actually jumped out of the vehicle. That's not the way you want to be playing. It looks like 4am will pull up to try and save their star player at the moment. Fnatic are only 3 strong, as Ronak has taken a fall by the wayside. This would be big for the whole tournament if Fnatic can manage to pick up 1 or 2 kills here.
Yeah, if Fnatic can deal with, or mostly deal with, a team like 4am, then they're not going to put themselves towards winning a tournament, but they're certainly going to open it up for other teams. As, like we said at the start of this, what we're looking for this game is not so much who wins it, but the difference in placings between our top 3. We're looking at 4am, we're looking at XQF, and we're looking at Cloud9. Those are the 3 teams that if there's any substantial point differences between them, then that'll be a new leader.
We have 10 kills being collected this game so far, and 8 of them are on 4am, by the way. So that is an ominous sign, as they had that game 2 win with 23 eliminations, I believe. So
yep, 23, that's correct. 39 points in total.
So that is scary signs if they continue on that form. They have been forced into a lot of engagements early on here, and they've got a few teams around them at the moment that they probably wouldn't be too scared of. Omen and Fnatic haven't had the best results so far in this tournament. 4am are off to a hot start. This is the last player from Team Queso who's managed to find himself a spot inside the zone for now. I thought he was definitely going to go down there as SGE are taking big shots from Orange. Synergy haven't had an amazing start either. In fact, all of the Southeast Asian teams have really been struggling on day one.
They really have. I mean, Synergy, we're looking at 8th in game 1 with 7 points. 8th again, and then 11th, so it's not been too great for them, and they will lose a player here to Orange as well.
Yeah, Austin.
Circle shifts north too.
Austin manages to find one, and that's a good shift for FFQ. They really need a bit of help. The first 2 games, they had some of the longest rotations I've seen in quite a while. This game, they seem to be gifted a little bit. So what comes around, well,
comes back around. Yeah.
Comes back around, yeah. Nice little overview too, actually. Not a bad little property, that. Probably fetch a pretty penny.
Pretty cute little farm. Could belong in Australia, but it's a little bit too hilly. We don't have too much of that here. One kill does come out there from Orange onto a player that I couldn't see because his name was in the way.
I think that was Austin getting confirmed from Synergy.
Yeah, they're down to 3 now, so a couple of our teams have lost some players. Looks like we still have about 10 rosters that are full strength, but Tempo and C9, as soon as I say it, both North American players lose one, and Rain's going to get confirmed for Tempo as well. And guess what? It's Paraboy.
It was Paraboy that actually stole that kill, by the way. It was a knock by FFQ. Rain came up to see if anyone was home in this lovely property that was mentioned before. Turns out FFQ were home, knocked him down, and then Paraboy on the angle managed to claim the point. So that's Paraboy stealing another point away from the team. That's been a common theme of the day as well. He's managed to pinch a few for XQF. Percasas is being knocked out by 4 AM. So if you're Cloud9, now you know where 4 AM is. Your direct competition. So decisions have to be made whether you want to take the fight or whether you want to avoid it. Looks like they're going to leave Percasas for dead. Unfortunately, yep. That's fine. That's
shame they didn't stick around, actually, because that could have been a pick-up there. But, yeah, they will be leaving Percasas to go down as he's trying to hope that Svano won't spot him.
Weave.
But, yeah, duck and weave. But I don't think he's going to get away with it somehow.
Good night, sweet prince.
There it is. So Percasas will be falling. C9 will drop a player there. And now Udo and Fnatic and XQF are all in a very close sort of area.
Ooh.
As XQF are basically going to let these two fight and then try and steal whatever kills they can.
Yeah, it looks like Jimmy's got the line onto a waste. I think if that vehicle blows up, he might collect a double there.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll just go for the sprayer.
Cool Boy's actually very close as well. Marco, the last player from Team Queso, getting lit up by a jumper from Yudu. Would be sad to see Marco go out in such fashion, but it looks like he doesn't have much shield left either. So Oasis does get finished off, leaving Fnatic with, I believe, 2. That nade is centimeter perfect. Marco is...
Goodness me. That was...
pretty mad about that one.
That was a dunk.
That certainly was.
That one. So Team Queso will go out in 15th, unfortunately for them.
It was perfect to a T, as we see a perfect circle almost come out. A little donut to end the day. And FFQ are still in prime position. Cloud9 found themselves inside the circle too. That's the only teams with positions inside at the moment.
4 AM, though, are coming in on the flank, and they're coming in behind C9, but before they can even get towards C9, they've got to deal with Orange, who are pushing them, and again, C9 are praying for Orange in this fight. They're thoroughly on their side at this point, hoping that they can help them clean up 4 AM, because if 4 AM go out here in 14th place, that's either C9 or XQF pretty much guaranteed into the lead, depending on how well the teams in 4th and 5th.
Now we saw Orange get a knock last game and start pushing aggressively, and they're doing the same once more. It is a 2-for-2 trade, I believe. 4 AM are going to be very confident as they start to crest the ridge line. It is 4 AM with the advantage in this fight. It's down to a 1v1. Pop doesn't know where the player is, though. He does get the advantage in this fight. He drops to the ground, but it's not going to be enough. And 4 AM, they will be able to retain all 4 players and eliminate Orange. Guess how many eliminations they're up to now, Tim?
Approximately too many.
Too many is definitely the
13.
answer. They're up to 13 elimination points already for 4 AM, and there are 35 in the lobby. And we lost a Unique and Fnatic, so the circle is starting to close in, and teams are starting to get pushed together. Omen and Tempo are so close to each other as Wi-Fi is being knocked out. Carnage has a nade on the way, but it's not going to collect him. Sixless and Carnage playing very, very patiently at the moment as it looks like Omen have lost Zute, and Tempo gatekeeping their North American brethren at the moment. As Jimmy's actually been popping off, and that's going to be Yudu knocked out. Tucker's managed to claim a knock onto one of the 4 AM players as well, so all of the top teams are getting involved. Cloud9 at the moment, they'll be rubbing their hands together, watching this all unfold. XQF sitting with 5 points. 4 AM with 13.
13, and we've barely even done anything yet. Like, we're at 10 teams and 34 players, so we've still got
over half
two-thirds of the team and over two-thirds of the teams and over half the field still alive in terms of individual players. And 4AM are already chilling out here with 13 elims, so living the dream. If they can continue this, then it's looking to be another very high kill chicken win for them. But it's not all said and done just yet. There's a lot of teams standing between them and that victory. So a lot of work still to be done for the 4 AM guys. They've certainly started off the right way as the circle is just about to move. Let's have a look where it's going. Ooh. Just below dead center, and it centers up on FFQ once again.
This is going to force 4 AM and Cloud9 together. Unless 4 AM have done the research, done the reconnaissance, and have found where Cloud9 are, they just might have. But this might force them together, and that surely 4 AM can't win these fights back to back to back all the time. Surely they're running out of meds, the armor, the nades.
Don't you do this to them.
They have to at some point. They're not invincible.
You don't do it, Ben. Just don't. You know how this works. You're a caster. You understand caster's curse. You'll make them do it. XQF, though, are here still with 4 players as well, and they have been looking sharp so far, so they're certainly still a force to be reckoned with here.
They have some of the remnants of Omen hanging around, I think. Tempo as well in the neighborhood. Down on that southern side of the circle. You can hear the shots and the nades right now. It looks like Tempo are getting aggressed upon already.
Omen are actually making the play here to try and catch out their North American brethren. Chica's going to take a lot of damage. Nico's in the open there as well, and Carnage does need to get inside, free from the zone, and just about avoids that last Tempo player. Sixless, as you can see there, is over the far side as well, maneuvering his way in. Could go for a bit of a backstab, but he's still a little way off. They've got to buy some time for him. In the meantime, we say goodbye to Team Soul.
Yeah, we might be saying goodbye to Omen. It is Sixless in the dirt with an Uzi. That's not where you want to be. Carnage does get taken out by XQF. Paraboy cleans that kill up, adding to his tally. More and more kills for Paraboy. Tempo now starting to push up towards XQF. Only 3 strong though. They're in a dangerous position. It can be quite difficult to throw these nades downhill as mentioned, but if you can time it just right, it's pretty impossible to run away from. That one might be a little too hot.
It's a little too deep, unfortunately, but still good work being done here by XQF as they've already got themselves 6 frags. Omen go out.
Oh, order!
Jeez.
He's pushed up and claimed 2.
He's cleaning up Tempo single-handedly.
Nico, the last man alive, and he's hungry for these finishes, is order. Nico with all of the work to do now. The hope of staying in the top 5 at the end of the day really is resting on his shoulders at the moment. Chica gets taken out, finished off by order. Tucker from FFQ is being aggressed upon by 4 AM. They managed to avoid Cloud9. They've run into FFQ. Nico gets taken out. That's Tempo Storm out in 8. Wow, this fight is very close quarters combat.
If anyone can beat 4 AM, it's a victory for the likes of C9 and XQF, but of course, all of those teams still with multiple players up. 3 up for Cloud9, 4 AM 3 and 1 knocked, so they can get back to full strength, and SQF chilling out 4 players. Eight frags thus far, all sitting in this house on your screen. FFQ above them on the hill. Synergy pinning them down as well. So once again, a bit of an awkward multiple. Angle fight, 3-way fight. Mega, though, are coming out the worst of this one as Paraboy.
Lit up.
Sitting in front of a car that's not even blown up, doesn't care.
No, he does think he's invincible, does Paraboy, but 4 AM are actually in a really rough position at the moment as they have Cloud9 below them. Mega coming up from the south. Synergy coming up from the north, and in their way is FFQ. One of the players from FFQ is knocked out by another nade. And another nade comes through, getting another knock for 4 AM. Their nade usage today has been absolutely perfect. Hisaki's got 5 eliminations for the match, as you saw just there. Savano knows where Cloud9 is. Beowulf trying to hide behind. That vehicle. Here, eliminations do come through. The Chinese teams have eliminated Mega in a combined effort and are now turning their attention to Synergy. How are 4 AM still 4 strong? They've eliminated Synergy. They're up to 21 eliminations in this game alone.
And there's still 5 teams left. What the hell is this?
There's 13 players alive that they can claim still. Order from XQF has found Zinhi, and he's found his head too. That's going to be an easy knock, but Hisaki is behind that wall. He can find the nade. Maybe. No, not quite. As FFQ claim a double nade. Order spraying around the corner. Isn't going to be able to get the knock. He's running out of ammo. 3 left. Mini does come out, but it's not enough. Another knock, but Paraboy is coming through for the cleanup, and he is going to find the player for him. Hisaki is done and dusted, finished. Zinhi bleeding out around the corner. He's been knocked a few times too, so that's not going to last too long. Savano.
Dude,
the key. He gets another nade onto Paraboy. Yes, he knocks. Well, they knocked out their player, but they're not going to get that revive anyway. The XQF 4 AM fight continues, and my lord, surely that is 4 AM going out. 23 kills to their name in the game, though.
And look at this, it's like it's been our top 4 for the last couple of fights, now the last couple of circles, I should say. It's now Cloud9 and XQF 3, and DKG I should say, 3, and 1 for XQF. So this is some of our top teams still left in it. XQF and the 1 player left, and he'll surely be found. Coolboy will bow out, so now C9 are in with a chance for their second chicken dinner, but they're all going to pile in the 1 car, and that will be them all done!
Crazy gets the double. Pyro's the last man standing, and what a turn of events. It's DKG to clean up the scraps. Pyro now on the run. He needs to move more central, but it is controlled by DKG. They have the higher ground. It's over, Pyro. It would have been really good if that nade killed him there, actually, but it didn't. So I've been left on a bit of a cliffhanger. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, you really had that all set up, and then nope, sorry.
No,
sorry, bud.
It didn't bounce over the hay bales, but that's all right. DKG, 3-man strong. They know exactly where he is too. It's only a matter of time. Pyro needs to get these 1v1s. That nade's going to land in his pocket, and that's going to seal the game. It will be DKG to claim the 4th game of the day, leaving all Chinese teams to pick up 1 for the day.
So just like the scrims yesterday, we saw all the Chinese teams get a win each, and then 1 team from another region grab